Hi guys, so I wanted to do a very quick lesson for Ghostly Kisses, Where Do Lovers Go? So I'm just gonna get right into it. So I know what you're here for. You're here for the intro. So here's how it goes like. Here's how it sounds like. So these are not the original chords. I think I need to clarify that. So I'm not sure what the original chords are, but these sound very similar. So we're gonna use them. So there are two ways you can play this. So first is this, what I think is the simpler way to do this. So you need your index finger and your middle finger. Your index finger to be on the third fret of the second string. So most people say that this string is the first string and this is the sixth. I'm gonna do it the way I think makes sense. So this is the first string for me. So third fret on the second string, and then the fifth fret on the fifth string. So that's going to be your B string. So third fret and the fifth fret on the B string. Together that sound like that. The third chord, I guess the second chord, is basically you slide all the way down. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So now your index finger is going to be on the 7th fret of the second string, and your middle finger is going to be on, I think that's your ring finger actually, I'm sorry about that. So your ring finger is going to be on the 8th fret of the B string. So it's going to sound like this. So when you play these, you're going to play this and that together. So this chord, this chord, and then this chord. This is, you go back here to the fifth fret on the second string, and the 7th fret on the fifth string. So that's your B string. So that's your third chord, and your last chord is all the way here. So that's your 2nd fret on the second string, and your 3rd fret on the 5th string here. So the way you play this, it's like so you play the bass note 2 times. So and when you play this 2 times, you alternatively play the B string like this. So it's like 3rd, 5th, 2nd, 5th, 2nd, 5th, 2nd, 5th, so something like that. So and when you play this, then you play the G string, and then you play the bass note again. And to be honest, it comes down to intuition. So I guess you can play it just fine. It's not really that hard. So then you come down here. So here you have to do this. So you first have to play these 2 strings. So you have to play the bass note and then the 5th string, and then you're going to move your pinky finger and you're going to place it down on the 9th fret. So normally this would be your 12th fret, but because, which I forgot to mention, Capo on the 2nd fret, this is going to be your 9th fret now. So you play these two. Okay. So when you're playing this, you have to constantly play the bass notes. So you play the bass note, you play the 5th string, you put your pinky on the 9th fret of the 5th string, you play the bass note, you play the 5th string again with your finger, with your ring finger on the 8th fret of the 5th string. So here it's the same principle, but instead you are just playing so here your ring finger is on the 7th fret, so you place your pinky finger on the 8th fret. Okay, so back from the start. So you go back to the initial chords, and it's going to be the same way. So when the second time you do this, when you go back and then you come back to this again, so you're gonna, and then when you come to this chord, you're gonna move all the way to this chord that I just told you. Your 2nd fret on the 2nd string, your 3rd fret on the 5th string. You place your pinky finger on the 5th string, or on the 5th fret of the 5th string, and then you slide. Now that sounds a bit hard because you have to move your pinky finger all the way down there, but there's an easier alternative to this, which is, well, for this song, by the way, you just need 3 chords. So it's again the Capo on the 2nd fret. You play these chords, which I'm not sure, E sus4, what's the name of this, I'm not sure about that, but you place your index finger on the 2nd fret of the 2nd string, you place your ring finger, the middle finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, you place your middle finger on the 3rd fret of the 5th string, you place your pinky finger on the 3rd fret of the 6th string. So again, second on the 5th string, 3rd, and then 3rd. It's gonna sound like that. So that's your 1st chord, that's your 2nd chord, and that's your 3rd chord. So the 2nd chord is a simple D minor, and then your last chord is a C at 9. You can just put your ring finger, so your middle finger, on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, the index finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, your ring finger and your pinky finger on 3rd fret of the 5th and the 6th string. You got a C at 9. And a lot of Ghostly Kisses songs have these similar same chords actually. So for example, the very famous Empty Note has the same chords, Where Do Lovers Go has the same chords, Such Words has the same chords. So you can use these chords actually. So we're going to use these chords to make the intro a bit easier actually. So So you're gonna place your you can place whatever finger you want, but I'm gonna place my middle finger on the 3rd fret of the so this is the easier version. So I'm gonna place my middle finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and I'm gonna play it with the last string, which is 6th string. So that other string is the B string, which I'm playing alternatively. So that's the first. So that's the second chord. So the second chord is your index finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and your ring finger, your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the last string. So that's again your E sus4 whatever, but it's for the finger styling. So again, 2nd fret on 3rd fret on the last. Right, that's your chord. So how do you do that? So you play this string, which you place down your finger on, which is your 3rd string. Then you play the 6th string. You play the 6th string, then you play the bass again, and then you put your pinky finger on the 5th fret of the last string, which is your 6th string. So you play the bass note, you play the 5th, you play the 5th, you play the 3rd, and you play the 5th on the 6th string, and then you go back to the 5th. Alright, and then this is your last, then this is your 3rd chord. Right, so the first chord is the easier one, and then you have to put this chord, and then the 3rd chord is basically just your finger on the 2nd fret of the last string, 6th string, and you're playing the 3rd string as your bass note with nothing on it, so 0. So you play it like this, and then put your finger, your middle finger, on the 3rd fret of the last string. Then you go back to the first one. So yeah, then you repeat. So after this one, then you have this chord. So you do this routine. And then you introduce your last chord, which is similar to the first variation that I told you of this intro. So you're gonna place your finger here on your index finger on the 2nd fret of the 2nd string, and your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the 5th string. So you're gonna place it. You're gonna play the bass note, then the 5th string with the finger on the 3rd fret. Then you place your pinky finger on the 5th fret of the 5th string. So you're gonna play the bass note, you're gonna play the fifth string. Then you play the bass note again, and then you play the fifth string with your with the fifth fret of with your pinky finger, and then you're gonna go back to the third fret of the fifth string, and then you're gonna go back to the first chord. So that was the entire lesson. Actually, you can try singing on this as well if you want to. It's a bit difficult. I would actually recommend you just stick with these chords. Yep, bit of a messier lesson. This was requested by a commentator, Bot B Clean Hits. So if you are here, I'm glad to help you out. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. Bye.